everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back and joining me for another video. So today I'm going to do a stitch with me, and this will be one with some chat in it. I'm working on Daughter of the Deep, supersized max colour. Josephine Wall is the artist, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'm working it in the top section. I'm working this piece in 80 by 80 stitch squares, and now I'm working it on the diagonal, so it adds an extra or a new element for me because I haven't done diagonal stitching before. It's stitched 1/1 full cross on some 25 count even weave, and I have done 320 stitches so far. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, so I'm going to crack on, get some stitching underway, and also going to talk about some of your lovely comments which I have had over the last sort of 9 days or so since my last chatty stitch with me. It's a Monday morning here. It's not particularly pleasant morning. It's cold. I'm in the house alone. Hannah's gone to work. Lauren is in school. Andy has gone today to work, and then he will be off filming. I am on an extra day off work today. I've just had a weekend away with Hannah, and I'll tell you about that as well. And yeah, I'm just planning a sort of a chill day today, get a couple of videos done. I also I'm going to be meeting Hannah when she's finished work later, so yeah, busy-ish day, but you know, par for the course, isn't it, really? Oh, oh crikey, what's this here? Ooh, let's get rid of that. So me and Hannah were away over the weekend. We went to Birmingham and had a couple of days of shopping, walking, eating, drinking. Well, not alcohol, but you know, plenty of coffees, because neither of us particularly drink alcohol. I haven't had a drink in almost 12 months, and I would imagine it's probably that long for Hannah too. She's not a particularly big alcohol fan. So yeah, we left here on Friday afternoon. We had the journey on the train is about an hour and 10 minutes or so from Sheffield. We had reserved seats, but somebody had plonked themselves in it. We couldn't get down the carriage because the train was that busy. It was overbooked. It was too short a train. There are many, many things I could say about it, and it was just awful. But you know, even though we had to sort of stand all the way, we still made it there. And you know, I mean, I think that's what sort of really matters. We got into Birmingham and found our way to our hotel and got checked in, and then we went for a lovely walk and a little explore and scope out where Hannah wanted to go the following day. And we found a number of shops that she wanted to go in. We found a market. There's some big sort of shopping centres in Birmingham, but there's also lots of little ones as well. And in a market in both indoor and outdoor. There was a lot, excuse me, there's a lot to see, a lot to look at. It was a little bit noisy a bit busy. But still, it was a thoroughly enjoyable day. And, you know, we made the most of it. You know, we always do, to be fair, when Hannah and I go anywhere. The only sort of thing really was, we were scheduled to come back on Sunday on the 4 o'clock train. We should have made it an earlier train because, you know, we checked out of the hotel at sort of 10ish, went and did a bit more shopping, and then we just sort of found ourselves wandering about for a couple of hours. And, you know, we kind of got a little bit bored. So in hindsight, we would have sort of had a lunchtime train back rather than a tea time train, but never mind. I made it back in time for my live stream though, which was good. Got home, I had a quick bite to eat and a bath and what have you, and felt much better for freshening up. And then we had a lovely live stream. So yeah, Hannah did quite a lot of shopping. I did a bit, not as much. I did a bit of shopping. Hannah and I bought a few things that, you know, perhaps we wouldn't ordinarily have done so. We've got some matching bracelet each, for example. Hannah bought me a lovely new dress. I got her a few bits and bobs. I got Lauren some stuff as well, because Lauren loves Lush cosmetics and beauty and stuff, so we went there. And it was just a case of, you know, let's go and enjoy it. I got Andy some sweets because he's a sweetie lover, and chocolate. I got one of Lauren's Christmas presents. In fact, I got two of Lauren's Christmas presents. So, yeah. I've officially started Christmas shopping. But there we go. We had a lovely lunch on Saturday. We went to Pizza Hut. I haven't been to Pizza Hut in the longest time. I was off my diet plan this week, or this weekend, should I say. But you know what? That's okay, because at some point I'm going to have to learn about balance anyway. And I think I managed that this weekend because I did have some indulgence, but I knew when to stop as well. And a quick sort of peek on the scales this morning, it's not had any sort of detrimental effect on my weight loss, which I am very happy about. They always say you shouldn't peek at the scales, but you know, you kind of can't help it. You show me somebody who's on a diet that never goes on the scales, and I'll show you something that's lying their ass off, because we all do it. Even if it's just like once during the journey and we get really mad with the scales and find out that they weigh differently to, you know, what's at the groups and stuff. You know, we all do it. But anyway. What else? Just trying to think. Bought a new rucksack because mine was pretty knackered. Hannah also got a new rucksack, but mainly because of space limitations. She bought herself a new dressing gown, and obviously a dressing gown is quite a big and bulky thing. To be fair, it could have waited until she was sort of back around here. But no, she wants to buy it then. And I'm like, well, you know, Hannah, you're going to have to carry it. I mean, we'd already ended up taking our cases to left luggage. What have I done here? There we go. So yes, our cases went to left luggage, and you know, we were still sort of carrying around a fair bit, and I ended up carrying 2 rucksacks, mine on my back and Hannah's on my front. I looked like a little Sherpa, because bless her, she couldn't really manage. She ended up with a bit of backache. And the last thing as a parent you want to see is your kid in pain. So I said, right, I'm taking your rucksack. And then on the train coming back, we had reservations, but they were only for part of the journey. So I said to her, right, here's what we're going to do. We get on this train and we'll listen for the announcements or nobble a conductor and see if there's any carriages without reserved seating. So we got on the train, and the conductor, sure enough, came over the tannoy and said, such and such and such and such a carriage have no reserved seating. So I looked at Hannah and I said, come on, we're going to move, because the last thing that I'd want is to get comfortable and then to find that somebody comes and turfs us out of our seats. So let's go and find a seat that we can sit in for the entirety of the journey and not have to worry about moving. So that's what we did. Okay, so this week for me, I am not working today, but I am working the rest of the week. I'm in the office on Thursday, which is unusual for me. I'm normally in on a Tuesday. So I should be coming home and then going straight to class. Lauren's got something at school on Thursday this week for GCSEs, because it's a big year for her this year. Yeah. Excuse me. So that's the shape of my week. Right. Okay. Let's get a look in at some of your comments. So I left off the last video with my comment from Enid. And we start this one with a comment from Kay, who is Stitchy Pfeiffer. Kay says, so nice to listen. Sorry, start that again. So nice to listen to you answering comments as I stitch on my Bothy Threads kit. I also love seeing the progress you've made each stitchy session. I'm still playing catch up with regards to floss tube, but I'm now only 5 days behind instead of a whole week, thank goodness. So I feel more up to date. And of course, I know that you've got your tech issues sorted and a live stream is now back on track, touch wood. Yeah, I'm beginning to hate technology. I really am. The live stream gods seem to be conspiring against me. I don't know why. I had another issue this Sunday, tried to sort of join to a scheduled one and it wouldn't let me do it. And oh, nightmare. So I'm going to be doing some Googling and find out what went wrong in the hopes of fixing it for Wednesday. Because I feel that if I'm not scheduling my live stream, people are missing out on it. Which is not what I want, really. And it's so nice that, I mean, yesterday at sort of one point I had almost 60 people in my Sunday stream, which is phenomenal. It really, really is. And it's just so nice that people want to join me in the stream. Where am I parking this thread? It's up here somewhere, I think. Yeah, it's so nice that people want to join me in the stream. I get a lot out of it, and I'm, pretty sure that people who watch it get a lot out of it. So Yeah. And it was really nice last night. It's Monday as I filmed this. It was really nice. I had people join me in the stream, like Teresa Little Stitcher joined me again. Karen was in there, Needlebug. And my sort of regular, I have like a regular core of viewers now, which is, it's lovely to see the same faces kind of popping up time and time again. You know, the same people who were, you know, doing a lot of these comments, and I'm just, it's just brilliant. It really is. Okay. I did on live stream 37. It was my wedding anniversary. And Carla says happy anniversary to you and for you and Andy. That's Carla Rebello, my lovely lady in Portugal. Thank you so much, Carla. We had a lovely anniversary. Tech issues kind of put a downer on things in the evening, but you know what? All in all, it was a great day. Oh, just park that one actually. Oh, and I tell you what, it's real nice to be doing the stitch with me and not having some noisy singing, banging workman next door. 2 days it took them to install next door's new windows and doors. First day it was chucking it down with rain, and they didn't really clear up after themselves either. I was quite annoyed about that. But there we go. I guess some people have better work ethics than others. Enid, I did give her a shout out on FlossTube. Nerdy Stitcher, Enid. If you're not subscribed to, just some vlog style video updates. And she's doing Vlogtober or Flosstober. I can't remember which one it is that she's calling it. Really sorry, Enid. Yeah, she's just finished some red work. She's just done a Halloween piece as well. So yeah, do go check her out. Enid says, thank you, I'm brewing up some tea, trying to still finish my red sampler, and we'll watch stroke listen. And I know for a fact that Enid did indeed finish the sampler, and it looks wonderful. My stomach's growling, so do be warned if you hear a grumbly noise, it's just my tummy. Okay, on FlossTube 39, I also mentioned that I am booked in for some long overdue dental work. As explained on that, I had issues as a child in medication, which essentially ruined my teeth before they came out. And it's now come to the point that I do need to get them looked at because they're causing me some discomfort. And it's time to overcome my fear and get on and do stuff. So Sharon comments to say, great video and good luck with the teeth. Well done for taking the plunge to get them sorted. It takes a lot of courage. Enjoy your week off and time away. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, I don't see myself as courageous as such. I see myself as just, it's a necessary evil. I think I'm from the generation of people that really doesn't like dentists. Dentists, when I was a youngster, were people to be feared. It was never a dental experience is never a pleasant experience, but it was never anything less than incredibly unpleasant when I was a child. I used to hate going because literally every time I went, because of the state my teeth were in, they said, oh, you need a filling. Oh, you need a filling. Oh, you need a filling. And, you know, no matter how much care I took, you know, my teeth were always very weak and damaged from the very start. But anyway. Sandy says, lovely catch up. Wow, Nicola, you're very brave, getting dental work. Right, there we go. Can you imagine that's taken a lot out of you? Hope it all goes well. I'm sure it will. Hope you and Andy have a few days, good days away. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you very much, Sandy. Yeah, and we did have a fantastic few days away. We went to Warwick and Stratford upon Avon, and we really enjoyed our time. And as you'll have seen from the floss tube number 40, I got a prize. I love the Lord of the Rings, and Andy bought me a lamp of the One Ring, and it's just fabulous. I love it. So yeah. For those of you that don't know Lord of the Rings, you won't get it. Ashley from Ashley's Stitching Corner, lovely lady, been through a lot lately, got married, sadly lost her mum. It's been a tough time for Ashley, but I do sort of follow along closely and hope that things are now settling down for you, Ashley. She has to say, she says, Nicola, I have to say I'm really proud of the steps you're taking to take care of your body and your mind. It's not an easy journey, I can imagine. I really hope that you and Andy and you and Hannah have lovely weekends together as well. Weekends were so nice. Laurie and I haven't done so in a couple of years. We will soon, though. Also beautiful projects, as always. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, self-care is never something that's kind of really so much been in my vocabulary. It's not something that I tend to do a lot. I think that's the same for a lot of people. But now, sort of as I'm getting towards 50, I've taken care of my body for the last sort of year and a bit. I have been taking care of my mind as well. I've come to a lot of realizations that you can't make people do anything. You can't change how people feel about you, but you can change how you react, how you respond. I've had a lot go on that I don't talk about on Floss Tube in my personal life. All I will say is that I have 3 daughters, one of which is currently estranged, and there's nothing I can do about it. No matter what I do, it is not enough. All I can do is sit back and just wait. If she wants to have a relationship with me, she will. But that's all I'm going to say about that. I do find it very upsetting. But I've had to learn in the last while, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink. And now it's time to take care of the teeth, to get those done. And, make my physical appearance, my journey to improving that, make it complete. Let's actually do that one. Okay, Leslie says, thanks for a great update on your projects. They're all really coming along and looking great. Hope you enjoy the rest of your time off and have a great weekend away. Looking forward to hearing all about it. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, we, Andy and I try and make the most of it because we rarely get time away together. It is a rare occurrence these days. Excuse me. We make the most of it when we do. We actually had a massive surprise in one of the places we went to, one of the villages we visited. We found the grave of Richard Griffiths. And for those of you who don't watch Harry Potter, you may not know who Richard Griffiths is or was, or the significance. But Richard Griffiths played Harry Potter's uncle, who kept him in the cupboard under the stairs. And we happened across his grave quite by accident. We'd gone into this village and gone into this churchyard, and Andy says, "Oh, we've come in the wrong way." And I went, "Right, I'm going to go and find the right entrance, the one that we should have come in at." And I went up this little slope up onto this sort of grassy bank, through the path, through the grave's path. And I looked to the left and I couldn't see an entrance into the churchyard. And then I looked to the right and there was Richard Griffiths' grave. So I am literally jumping up and down in this churchyard like a big kid, shouting at Andy to come up and have a look. And, you know, this was like just days after Maggie Smith had died, who was also in Harry Potter films. And it was, you know, quite by happenstance that we came across it. And I was shocked. We then went into the church, and they have a book of remembrance in the church. And I flicked to the death date, to the date that Richard Griffiths had passed on, and I found his entrance in the book of remembrance. And it simply said, the epitaph simply said, he was happy here. So he really must have loved that little village. Kelly, lovely Kelly from Kelly's Quilts and Cruises, says, "Have a terrific time on your weekend away. Best wishes from me." Thank you, Kelly. And then Noreen, "Hats off to you in your personal challenge. Your stitching projects are awesome in sizes and colours. Again, your updates never disappoint." What a lovely comment. Thank you for that, Noreen. It's heartening to know that I'm getting something right in the best possible way. Every floss tuber is different. I tend to be very real and don't cut things out. I know there's one or two others that is the same. I don't go much on editing videos. I just hand my phone to Andy and say, "Yeah, that'll do." And I do sort of tend to wear my heart on my sleeve for the vast majority of things. A couple of things I won't, but the vast majority I'm an open book. And in terms of my stitching, I like progress. I like process. I like to feel like I'm making that progress, hence the 1,000 stitch rotation in each project. It gives me to see both things, progress and process, because 1,000 stitches is quite a substantial stitchy sum, really, when you think about it. So yeah, let me just pop this thread in. It's up at the very top. I'm out of shot, just bear with. Okay. Okay. Jane 22 says, love the lady in blue and look forward to your start. Karen has sent me a rejig of that, so I shall be updating that. Well done on the weight loss. Enjoy your 2 breaks with us and return refreshed. Oh, I'm definitely refreshed, all right. Skint, but refreshed. I think you are so brave doing so many full coverage cross-stitch. I'm sure the dental stuff will go well. I can't wait to see you when you're ready. Yeah. I've always loved my full coverage, you know. I can remember back in the day doing Heritage, the Sepia series, the Heritage series from Heritage Stitchcraft. I always loved those because they were full coverage. Yes, there were some like portion stitches, half stitches, quarter stitches and so on. But yeah, the silhouettes, that's what they called them, silhouettes. I always loved doing those, and they were little full coverages. And, you know, the full coverage stuff has just got bigger and bigger as sort of time's gone on, really. The projects have become more sizable. And next year, my starts are going to be vast majority full coverage. But some of them are a shaped piece, but full coverage within that shape, if that makes sense. So, and I am now really looking forward to next year's starter, you know, sort of starts and stuff. I'm quite looking forward to that because, you know, to have so many starts that I want to do, I can't wait. I just can't wait because I'm looking forward to each and every piece. There is not a single piece that I'm not looking forward to starting. Oh, listen at my tummy. A right old growl there. It's because it's had mainly liquid today so far. I'm not ready for my breakfast yet. I'm not hungry at the moment. Although my stomach would tell you different. I'm actually not hungry. Just some liquid moving about. Mermaid's Cove says happy anniversary. Thank you very much, Natalia. And then the next comment comes from Tine Stitching Baps, who I gave a shout out to a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned her on our Facebook group as well. And it seemed like, you know, lots of people who were in that group were already following her. So it just goes to show what similar tastes we all have. She says, thank you for the shout out. That's so sweet. I'm from Belgium. But I knew she'd mentioned a Dutch group. And I remembered now why. I think there's a sal that she's been doing in this group. I saw it on one of her videos. And I know that she'd mentioned being in the Dutch group. So that's where I got sort of confused. She says, I watch your videos every week. And I really like her whips too. I'm just not that good at commenting on them. Well, that's fair enough, Tina. As long as, you know, you're enjoying the videos, that's all that matters. But yeah, and it's my absolute pleasure to shout out you and your absolutely gorgeous projects. And, you know, like me, you're a mom with, you know, and I've been in your position where you've had very young children and not a lot of time to stitch. So, yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from. Missy, my lovely friend. I've not seen you on a live lately, Missy. Hope you're okay. Comments on FlossTube39 saying, thanks for a lovely video again and congratulations on your body transformation. I know what you're going through. I've lost 78 pounds and in April I had dental treatment. My medicine had ruined my teeth and it's an epic journey but worth it at the end. That's good to know. It does take time, but it will be great in the end. You will be, you will be so happy. I know I am. Thanks, Missy. I do hope that the outcome is everything I hope for. I don't. Let me just move my. I don't see it not being, but you never know. I've got a couple more weeks yet before the appointment takes place. I think about a couple of weeks on Thursday, or 3 weeks on Thursday before the appointment takes place. And then by that point, I will have an indication of what needs to be done. And most importantly, how much is it going to cost? Because I will be paying for this treatment myself. Okay. Lynn Cordova, new subscriber sent from Keystone Stitcher. Welcome. And I watched Elle's video where she gave me a shout out. Thank you for that, Elle. And it was so lovely to see. Elle had this fantastic smile across her face all video, and it was just lovely. But I love her projects, especially that recent finish of the Italian style sort of seasons, buildings scene. It's just gorgeous. I absolutely love that one. And some of the projects that Elle's chosen are just stunning. But yeah, welcome, Lynn. And she says, congratulations on the weight loss. You have lovely projects. Thank you so much. Next year, those projects will ever expand. Okay. Roxanne Green says, congratulations on your £100 weight loss. That is a great accomplishment. You look great too with it gone. Love your channel and how real you are and down to earth. You tell it all, no sugarcoating. I love that about you. Have fun on your week off and your outing at the weekend. Until next time, happy stitching. Thank you, Roxanne. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yep. Down to earth, no sugarcoating. That is me in a nutshell. I was talking about an issue that I had on my live stream last night. And Andy was like, oh, you can't say that. And I'm like, yes, I can. You know, so at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have issues. We all have problems that come up and need to be resolved. And, you know, sometimes, I mean, I just made it funny. Sometimes a problem shared and all that, but I don't think anybody would want half of the problem that I've got. But there we go. Okay, Catherine Stitches says, Nicola, good luck with your dental work. Please keep us updated. I will do. Amazing stitching progress as always, and I love your Udi. Yeah, I am permanently living in my Udi at the moment. I get very, very cold very easily. So this Udi actually did belong to Hannah, but she decided that, no, it's not for her. So I did have a grey one last year, but then I managed to have a spill on it, which necessitated it going into the bin. But yeah, this one as well, with it being a little bit smaller, fits very nicely. So last year when I was having my, not last year, earlier this year, having my new kitchen in, I had a candle that was on the radiator, and it was one of those where the wax, when the wax melts, it created a nice smell. And this radiator is right by, or you know, just adjacent to where the cat's litter box lives. Now, for those of you that have cats, The litter box smell is a constant battle. So I put this candle there and occasionally lit it when, you know, the radiator wasn't on, but when the radiator was on, it melted the wax and made a nice smell. When we were getting ready to have our kitchen in, I had to move a cable that was sitting behind the radiator. It's well insulated and everything, so don't worry about safety. But I had to remove it. And as I removed it, it threw the candle off the top of the radiator. And at that precise moment, the wax was melted. So, of course, it hit the floor right in front of me. And no, did it hit me first? It might have hit me first and then hit the floor. And the glass shattered. And the candle wax went literally everywhere. All up my hoodie, my slippers, the lot. So, excuse me. So the hoodie had to go in the wash because there ain't no way you're getting candle wax out of an hoodie. Not in the wash, in the bin. And, you know, Hannah says, well, I don't wear my hoodie. I went, right, I'm claiming it. So that's what I did. And this hoodie is now pretty much, every time I'm on a Zoom call with work, and I'm at home, I'm usually wearing it. And they're like, are you cold? And I'm like, yes. I used to have 7 odd stone of insulation. I haven't got any now. Of course I'm cold. Wouldn't you be? So, yeah, it's kind of a permanent fixture, this pink hoodie with white stars on it. If you're in the UK, I got it from Online Home Shop if you're interested. So, and they're not terribly expensive. It's one of those things that everybody seems to have these days because the cost of energy is ever increasing. Speaking of energy, I think I might have to do some meter readings soon. Our energy company asks me for them once a month. I'll have a look at that in a bit. Okay. Gemma from Gemma Stitches. Gemma of the Stitching Marvellous Garden, Heaven and Earth Designs fame. Gemma does a couple of stitches with me a week, and I like to sit and... Sorry, there's a weird noise outside. I like to listen to Gemma Stitch with me before I do my live streams because they happen to come out on a Sunday and Wednesday. Gemma says, thanks for the mention. Your whips are looking awesome. Thank you, Gemma. Yeah, I'm plugging away at them. Keep on going. It's all we can do, isn't it? Just keep on trucking. So Jean on live stream, Wednesday live stream, says, what kind of, and hi Nicola, enjoying your video. Could I ask what size and make your needle is? Well, I'm currently using a ball tip needle, size 28, or 26, beg your pardon. It's from Lakeside Needlecraft. There isn't a brand per se, they come in this little tube. So, you know, like most needles come in a packet or something, these come in a little cylindrical tube. And yeah, I get them from Lakeside. Usually what happens is if I need to order some thread, because even though I have a cone collection, I don't quite have everything. What I'll do is I'll pop on some ball tip needles onto my order now, because Sandy sent me a couple and I love them. I am a convert to ball tip needles. There we go. What am I doing here? There it is. But having said that, as I mentioned before, I do have a needle minder with lots of different thicknesses and lengths of needle. I don't know if you can sort of quite see that on here, but eye sizing for that one is quite a long one, and then I've got a short one next to it. So, and sometimes I just pick up a needle and I start stitching with it, and if it doesn't feel right, I change it for a needle that does. I've never really sort of held much store in use this size needle for this size project. I just use what I feel comfortable with and what tends to go through the fabric easily and so on. I could be right, I could be wrong, but you know, it's what I like to do. Somebody said, I can't remember who it was, that if you're making a lot of noise, you're definitely using too big a needle. I think it might have been Karen, actually. Could have been. But, you know, some of my needles make noise, even if they're small needles, because the tarnishes, you know, they've been tarnishing. And I'll happily work with the needle until it breaks me. But I find even with a ball tip needle, I can still split threads and split blocks. And I do that quite a lot. So whilst they are better, they're not perfect for, you know, preventing you from, you know, like splitting your 18 count block, for example. Okay. Sandra Mahi asks, are all your pieces 1/1 full cross? Nope. In my floss tube, if ever you're curious as to what my pieces, how they worked, what fabric, what, you know, how many strands, etc. In my floss tube, in the video description, I list it. So it's there on every video, whether or not I show the piece or not. And that is something I will continue in the new year as well, when I start adding more pieces to my rotation. So you will always be able to, at a glance, see if it's 1/1, 2/1, 18 count, 25 count, etc., etc. 10 stitch, full cross. You know, you'll be able to see. Okay. On my last musical Stitch With Me, my last alternative, for those of you that don't know, I do 3 kinds of Stitch With Me. I do chatty, I do ASMR style, which is no talking, just stitchy sounds, and I do ones with music, which I call alternative, because they're an alternative to both chat and silence. Some people like to have music. And Mal says, Andy has been choosing some real bangers lately, doing a little chair dance. You know, music is music, and you know, if it's an earworm, we'll use it. Andy is the one who selects the music, and he's found some new musical selections on YouTube, so he's happy to bring them out to the fore in my Stitch With Me's. 3823. Okay. Sarah Hill, hi Sarah, says, good luck with your dental work. I'm in the process of having my teeth done 1 month ago and I have a full set. I have 2 current missing top teeth at the moment. It will be worth it in the end. Best of luck for you there, Sarah. I'm glad that you're almost at the end of your journey. And fingers crossed that mine won't take long either. A life without discomfort is what I seek more than anything. A life without worry. And there we go. Enid leaves me some smiley faces, and then Jane also says, good luck with your dental work. I was there myself a few years ago. Thank you, Jane. Good to know that I'm not alone. People obviously have said to me that, you know, it's a brave thing putting it out there that I'm having this done. I don't feel brave. I just feel, you know, anxious about it. But if I don't talk about it and I bury it, I'm never going to go through with it, am I? So, and I think sometimes you just have to face these things, you know, which is what obviously I've tried to do. More Seek, wow, congratulations on your soon to be £100 off. That's amazing. I've been watching you for the last few videos and I love all your pieces. Go big or go home. Indeed. Absolutely go big or go home. These pieces are going to be heirlooms, works of art, stuff that can be passed down. You know, they're not quick stitches. They take time, they take months, they take years. And if you're going to do it properly. Do a big one. That's not to say that anybody choosing not to do this is wrong. Just putting it out there. For me, definitely go big or go home. For other people, might wish to stay in their lane of doing small stuff, and that is absolutely fine. Some people are sample stitches, some people are small stitches, ornaments, some people are salers, some people do bigger pieces but non-full coverage, some people do full coverage, small and large, some people stitch on paper, some people stitch on clothing. Everyone's different, but for me, yeah, big full coverage BAPs are my thing. Peggy says, hi Nicola, just checking in. Thank you so much, Peggy. Hope you're doing well. And Mermaid's Cove, Natalia there leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Natalia. Always good to know that you're checking in. Aducia says, wow, on FlossTube 40. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy what you see. I'm hoping that from your comment that is a positive wow, but the red heart indicates that yes, it is. And then Katinka comments about, because I showed my 6 years married prize. She says, what a ring. Yep. It is awesome. It was funny because, like I said, we were walking along the street. I saw it in the shop window. Then we go and did what we wanted to do. And then we came back and had our tea. And the shop was still open at 6 o'clock in the evening. And Andy's like, yeah, I'm buying it, yeah. And he gave me no choice. So yeah, so Jane comments on Floss Tube 40, Jane 22. Yes, the berries look very real and eatable. This is, of course, the ones on She Sleeps. Well done with the stitching you've got done. The one ring lamp is wonderful, and please don't turn the cat into slippers. I won't, I promise. It's always an empty threat with her. I love her too much to turn her into slippers. Although she's a moody grump, you wouldn't change her. She says, thank you for the news about unconventional cross stitches. Hope things are better than I imagine. Enjoy your time away. See you when you get back. Yeah, unconventional X stitch had a devastating fire which damaged a home and a business, and subsequently they've lost pretty much everything. They're still able to do PDFs, so if you're wanting to support them, even in just some small way, a PDF purchase will obviously help, but of course no pressure. And I know that lots of stitches have supported unconventional X stitch in this way, and I do think as well that I seem to remember seeing a few days ago an Instagram hashtag which Kaylee was doing, Kaylee Tent Stitch, although I could be wrong. I see such a lot of stitchy stuff, but yeah, I mean, to support, you know, people who've suffered such a devastating blow is always nice if you can do so. You know, a PDF is a matter of a few pounds. I am not an unconventional X stitch stitcher, as you guys know, but I will spend some time, probably later today, going through the website and having a look to see if there is anything that does catch my eye. I remember originally saying that about Gecko Rouge, and now look at it. I have lots of Gecko Rouge pieces. So I will have a second look, but what I'd seen previously didn't really appeal to me, but of course it's been a while. So yeah. Rosemary says, love that ring, awesome gift, Andy. And yeah, he had a little smile when I told him that. Judy comments on, again on Floss Tube 40, those berries look like you could pluck them off the fabric and eat them. Lovely progress. Oh my, what a wonderful lamp. That is one to treasure. Sounds like you had a great getaway and you and Andy got a lot accomplished too. Yes, we did. We had a lovely time. It's just so refreshing to get away as well, you know, and come back with that sort of more settled feeling. Because we've not had a, you know, a holiday away this year. It's been very difficult. A Floss Tube update from you, lovely lady, says Kay. Sussex Stitcher is just what I need to cheer me up. You are worth it, sweetie. What a lovely chap he is. Thank you, Kay. Me and Kay have had a couple of chats on Instagram recently. I'll not share unless Kay wants me to, but she's had a couple of issues and had a bit of a fright, but we think things are okay now. It's not health or anything like that. It's something different, but yeah, not a pleasant experience, and all being well. Coming through the other side, okay, yeah? Oh dear, excuse me. Oodles Stitches, which is a name that I love. I think it's Caroline. Hi Nicola, love seeing everything. The lamp is unique and looks great. Hubby is a keeper, as they say. He certainly is. Yes, the news of unconventional X-Stitch is devastating for it. I just can't imagine. Absolutely. You're smashing the weight thing. Hope to see you Sunday. Thank you so much for that. And I know that you did indeed join me on the stream, which was lovely. Okay. And then Sharon comments a great number of stitches. Enjoy your weekend away with Hannah. And we certainly did enjoy it. It is nice to get to see somewhere new. And Catherine Stitches says, love your lamp. Another amazing stitchy week for you. Hope to join the live stream tomorrow. I know you did. And thank you for that, Catherine. Okay, a couple more comments and we're going to call it a day on comments. Sandy on my last chatty stitch with me, where we had the builders making a racket, says, great stitch with me. I love to stitch and listen. I'm always amazed how you remember who's who. It certainly makes it feel more personal. I do hope Sharon's on the road to recovery. I hope you and Andy had a wonderful time away. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I always try and remember who's who. You know, you guys take the time to spend some time with me, so it's only fair that I take the time to remember you guys too. Okay, Laurie Clark says on floss tube number 40, lucky lady, the one ring lamp is awesome. Stitch count is amazing and your progress is taking off. I believe you will hit 365k. Go for it. According to Stitch Pal, if I carry on at the rate I am, I will hit the 365k mark this year, 365,000 full coverage stitches. And I will hit it on the 30th of December as of today. Now, I am going to be trying to bring that down a little bit because I do have a few days which I know will be non-stitchy days. There'll be some days where I'm Christmas shopping, for example. There'll be some days where I just simply do not get time to stitch. Christmas Day will probably be a non-stitchy or a limited stitchy day. So, you know, it's a case of get a little bit in ahead and then we won't be behind. And I'm thinking about stitchy goal for next year. And depending on when I get to 365,000 stitches, I'm thinking about making it a touch higher. Perhaps around the 400,000 mark, which just seemed like a lofty goal, and I get that. But when our lovely friend Kamari can do a supersized match colour in not a lot of time, and he's putting in 3,000 stitches a day, that's a lot of stitching. Oh, I think she started the Merry Mushroom Village picnic now as well. So she's on another full coverage because she's finished the Mother Goose too. She's a stitching machine. Christine says, so glad you had a great time out. What a beautiful lamp. Great progress as always. And then Pauline Rowbury says, heard the news about unconventional X-stitch this morning. I purchased 3 patterns to support them. The website is still working. Yeah, I certainly know that kits and needle minders are definitely on permanent hiatus at the moment. But yeah, the PDFs are still there. And like I said, I will be having a scroll and see where I can see. I hear a bin man. So back on floss tube 33, which was a wee while ago, Charlotte, who is High Heel Stitcher, was catching up on her floss tube, has commented on it saying, thank you so much for the lovely shout out and your very kind words. I appreciate it. Love your videos and your lovely Middle Earth map. Hope you and the family are well. P.S. I'm so sorry for how late this comment is. I'm so far behind on watching floss tube, I refuse to skip. Charlotte, not to worry. Listen, you know, you've got lots going on. You've got a new pupper. And, you know, it's perfectly understandable that floss tube at points can be the last thing on your mind. So don't worry. My floss tubes will always be there to catch up on. I don't know if I've just double stitched that one, but never mind if I have. Okay, my last chat, Silver Stitches, says, I'm certain if the workmen knew you were filming and they could be heard, they would not be so much boisterous singing. I tried the diagonal stitching method, but got lost. Yeah, it's one of them things. I didn't think my brain could take it, but it seems that it can. And on this one, it's kind of refreshed for me because I was kind of getting a bit meh about it, and I think diagonal stitching has added a new dimension. In any case, I'm about to start a fresh diagonal, so I'm going to be moving the cameras in a mo. And then the last comment, I think it is the last comment, says that rig is really beautiful and it is so kind. Love your progress. And that is from the lovely Linda. Linda loves to stitch. Oh no, we've got 2 more. Apologies. On my live stream, Karen Ennis says, I am in Houston, Texas, and I watch you at night whilst I stitch during the day. I take care of my 87-year-old mum. Well, it's lovely to have you along, Karen, and you're an absolute hero taking care of a loved one. Our unsung heroes are those that take care of family members, and I think, you know, absolutely you should be applauded for doing so, although you probably will think differently, that it's a duty or something like that. I helped to take care of my mum as you know, she got more and more unwell, so I do know the tremendous strain. Yeah. Okay, so we're back up the top here, starting on a new diagonal. And then my very last comment, and we've got another sort of 20 minutes of video to go, is from Mermaid's Cove, from Natalia, official Mermaid's Cove. It says, that lamp is so cool. What a great find. It certainly is. I absolutely love it. It gets put on in an evening and it's dead ahead of me and I can see it. It gives me a lovely happy feeling. Here come the bin men. You hear lots of rattling and stuff. It's just the bin men. Yeah, but thank you all so much for your wonderful comments. I love reading them, and of course responding to them in these Stitch With Me videos, because it's my personal feeling, if you take the time to comment, I should take the time to respond, and I actually love doing it. It is always a pleasure, never a chore. And also, you know, sometimes in the comments other people's thoughts and opinions come up, and it's great because it's a way to discuss and debate, isn't it? It's quite cold here today, so I am going to go and get dressed into some very warm clothes very shortly. My face feels quite cold actually today, and my ankles, funnily enough, but that's because I haven't got any socks on. I've just got my slippers on, and my face just feels cold. I don't know why. Maybe I just need another hot coffee, so I'll be having shortly. I might be ready for some breakfast by then too. I was going to sort my threads out today, but you know, my cones, but with Hannah wanting to, Hannah lost a bag yesterday on the way home. We don't know where it went, how it got lost. We just can't work it out. But we're going to nip out and replace those items today. So that time, which would have been spent looking at my cones, is now going to be spent in a shop. Plus I also have a floss tube to film. By the time I've done this, done the floss tube, and got what I want to do done, it'll be time to meet Hannah. Then we've got a supermarket shop to do, and then, you know, that'll be pretty much it for today. Oh, I don't know how I fit in a 7-hour work day. Something else you will probably have noticed as well, because I will have talked about this on my floss tube. I have now added a buy me a coffee link, and a couple of reasons that I've added it. Well, several reasons actually. First of all is, for some reason, YouTube ad revenue seems to have dropped, and as you know, I've always had a policy of relying solely upon ad revenue from you guys and watching to fund the channel, but the revenue for some reason just lately has dropped quite significantly. I'm not having videos demonetized or anything like that. It may just be that the adverts are less revenue, or it may be that more people are skipping them. Some people have YouTube Premium, which takes out the adverts altogether. I was asked about YouTube memberships, but I cannot for the life of me fathom how I could offer a YouTube membership and make it so that I offer something unique and different. I already do several videos a week. I put out 5 videos a week in content. Floss tube, 2 Stitch With Me's, 2 live streams. I don't physically have the time to do any more than that. And people have genuinely expressed a wish to support me, you know, but obviously without channel membership, with channel membership, I can't, I would feel like I'm kind of cheating, because I can't give, you know, any more content than what I already do. So I have put a buy me a coffee link in the description for my videos. It is entirely optional whether you wish to support me via the buy me a coffee. But just be assured, anybody who does support me, it is incredibly humbling and I'm very grateful. If you do not wish to support me via buy me a coffee and just wish to carry on watching the videos and supporting me by watching the ads, that is absolutely fine. But please, please do not, how can I put this? I don't want people supporting me via buy me a coffee and then leaving themselves short, if that makes sense. Please, only if you wish to donate, only do so if you are comfortable and able to do so. I wouldn't want to take anything from anybody and think that I'm putting you into a situation where you might struggle, if that makes sense. I'm trying to say it in the nicest possible way, as I'm sure you guys can appreciate. But yeah, any persons who choose, you know, to share via buy me a coffee, I'm very appreciative. There may be a point where I can turn it off if YouTube ad revenue improves, but as it stands at the moment, I've kind of been left without a choice. And also YouTube, there's also the super thanks button now. I haven't turned the super thanks button on. The same with the memberships, not because the difficulty as well is with memberships and super thanks is that YouTube takes a large proportion of that revenue as well. With buy me a coffee, they don't. So whatever is sent to me via buy me a coffee, that is what I will receive. There's no 30% deduction or whatever it is that YouTube takes, because it's all part of Google and they're all interlinked, aren't they? So yeah, that link will be in the description box below. But as I said, please be mindful and only ever press that button if you're happy to do so, and it will not put you at any sort of detriment. Because that's my concern, is that, you know, I don't want people showering me and struggling themselves. Anyway, that's that over with. But yeah, I just I can't give enough content for a membership. The only thing that was suggested that I might be able to do is like one-on-one Zoom calls and stuff, but again, it's time. As you guys know, I film, sorry, I'm just slightly off, oh no, I'm not. I film a lot of my videos in the early morning, you know, when people are still sleeping. Certainly my family is still sleeping, usually. And, you know, I film at that point because that's the time that I have. Oh, I really do need to work out how I can retire in the next 10 minutes. And what else have I got to talk about? I don't think there's much, actually. It's gone quiet outside now. The bin men have gone. Yep, 2 great weekends. Short weeks at work, last week and this week. After the week off the previous week. That's been quite nice. Oh, yeah. Mid-October now. It's getting cold. Managed actually to find yesterday in Birmingham. I've been wanting some fingerless gloves because obviously with me having sort of fairly long nails, if I wear normal gloves, they don't tend to fit properly on the fingers because, you know, the sort of the fingers, they don't come down into the crease of your fingers. The sort of gloves sort of end here. So I've been looking for some fingerless gloves, and I finally managed to find some yesterday. I've been looking for weeks, really. But all the usual places where I've been buying them from just don't seem to stock them anymore. And I don't like those fingerless gloves that have the top thing over where you can turn the gloves into a mitten either. I don't find them to be very comfortable. And in the winter, as I'm working, I should probably want to sit and type with my gloves on at home because we don't have the heating on during the day, and it does get quite cold in my dining room. So I do tend to sit with my gloves on, my hoodie on, a blanket over my knees, all wrapped up, trying to get toasty warm. Because nice thick woolly socks always help as well. But like I said, I mean, I've been saying for a while now, losing this weight, my insulation layer is gone. I mean, me and Andy were filming in Stratford last week. He's walking around in his shorts and I've got a hat and scarf on. Yeah, how's that work? Here's me freezing myself to bits and Andy's there boiling. We both did exactly the same amount of walking. That's the thing I can't understand, can't comprehend. Well, it's just what it is. Because I'm lucky as well that Andy's quite a good hot water bottle at night as well. I get very cold at night, and usually I get into bed and the first thing he does is wrap himself around me like a big bear hug. It keeps me warm. I'm like, yeah, you need to keep doing that because I get cold so easily. Sometimes I even have to go in a bath just to defrost. I think he thinks it's quite funny. But there we go. I'm doing quite well with stitches. I breached the 300 mark on this stitch with me, which is quite good. I started off with 320. Let's see where we are in a few minutes. Did I do those stitches? Yes, I did. Ooh. Definitely doing quite well. See how many more I can get in the next couple of minutes. Okay. No. Okay. So with these couple of stitches that I'm doing now, that will take me up to 670 stitches. So from 320, no, 200, no, yeah, 320. So that's 350 stitches that I've done today, which isn't bad. I'm quite pleased with that. Let's zoom out. So I finished off that diagonal and now started on this next one. this square actually ain't that sort of far off from being done. Next time this one will be out will be not Sunday coming, Sunday after, for my daytime stitch, my all day stitch, Sunday stitch, 4, 8, 12, more than 2,000 stitches left in this square. I've got another 300 to do to get to my daily goal today. I don't know where it'll be, but this will be out on a Sunday stitch a week on Sunday. So I'm going to finish up this video with my usual reminders. There'll be 3 videos appearing on the screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. As ever, my schedule is a Tuesday flush tube, Thursdays and Saturdays are Stitch For Me days, and Wednesdays and Sundays live streams at 7:30 p.m. UK time. So if you can join me for any one or all of those, it would be much appreciated. But when all is said and done, so thank you all so much for your time today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Take care. Happy stitching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.